One of my all-time favorite movies is Tim Burton's paranormal classic, Beetlejuice. I loved that movie when it was first released back in 1988, and I gotta be honest, I still love it today. It's a great, fun, campy movie, and it never stops making me laugh. The problem is that every time I watch it, I have to convince myself to put my personal distaste aside and just lose myself in the entertainment. You see, the one big flaw with Beetlejuice is that one of the main stars is Alec Baldwin, and Alec Baldwin is just a piece of beep, beep human being. This is JP with Political Pop Culture, and this is my take. It isn't just that I disagree with Alec Baldwin politically. I mean, I do, but it isn't just that. I disagree with lots of actors, directors, producers, even studios when it comes to their politics. But generally speaking, I can put that aside and enjoy entertainment for entertainment's sake. But Alec Baldwin, though, he's one that I really struggle with. It isn't just that he's wrong about virtually every political position he holds, which of course he is, but it's that he is, or at least he comes across as, an absolutely vile, disgusting, horrible human being. It's an undisputed fact that Alec Baldwin was verbally abusive to his former wife, Kim Basinger, and also to their daughter, Ireland, as well. You may remember the infamous voicemail that surfaced back in 2007 when Ireland Baldwin was only 11 years old, of her father, Alec Baldwin, berating her, calling her a, quote, rude, thoughtless little pig. What kind of a jackass talks to his 11-year-old daughter that way? Now, there have been numerous incidents of him verbally, even physically attacking people for saying the wrong thing, doing the wrong thing, being in the wrong place. Alec Baldwin is a bully, a narcissistic, entitled bully, whose temper has consistently gotten the better of him over the years, and it's done so in some very public, very humiliating ways. Obviously, the worst incident by far that Baldwin has had to deal with has been the October 2021 shooting death of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins while working on the set of the movie Rust. Baldwin was working as both actor and producer on that film, and he was holding a replica Colt single-action Army pistol that he claims went off accidentally and ended up killing Hutchins and wounding director Joel Souza. Now, nearly a year after the shooting, it looks as though charges may finally be coming for those responsible. The Santa Fe District Attorney has requested and been granted emergency funds from the state of New Mexico for the prosecution of the Rust case, including the appointment of a special prosecutor. Hey, before I go on with the rest of the video, do me a quick favor and click on that like button. Then hit subscribe and hit the notification bell too. That way, you'll be the first to know every time we upload new content just like this. You'll also be helping out the channel by telling the algorithm to show this video to other people who might be interested. Every little bit really does help, so thank you. According to the Santa Fe New Mexican, the district attorney is considering charges including homicide as well as other gun violations. District Attorney Mary Carmack Altwies wrote, quote, "If charges are warranted, we anticipate prosecuting up to 4 individuals. One of the possible defendants is well-known movie actor Alec Baldwin." For the record, I wasn't there. I don't know anyone who was there. I don't know anyone involved with the production of Rust, and I don't know anybody involved with the subsequent investigation into the incident. I do, however, know firearms. I've been shooting since I was a kid. I've taken multiple gun safety and proficiency exams. I own a concealed carry permit. Now, I don't claim to be an expert in firearms, but I do know that a single-action revolver doesn't just accidentally discharge. Discharge only happens when someone pulls the trigger, whether they pull the trigger deliberately or not. The FBI, by the way, confirms that assertion. While Alec Baldwin has insisted from the beginning that he did not pull the trigger of the gun that fatally shot Halyna Hutchins, the forensic evidence says otherwise. The FBI recently finished a report, and they sent that report to the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office, who's handling the investigation. FBI officials found that the weapon, which was being used as a prop but was an actual real working replica Colt single-action Army pistol, could not be fired without pulling the trigger. The only human being on this planet who could have pulled that trigger was the man holding the gun. That man, by his own admission, was Alec Baldwin. If Baldwin was holding the gun when it fired, then he is responsible for the shooting death of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. If he's responsible for her death, it means he's likely guilty of assault with a deadly weapon and probably involuntary manslaughter at best. Alec Baldwin's defense is likely going to be to try to shift the lion's share of the blame to other people involved with the production, people that are directly responsible for the handling of the firearms on set. People like Dave Halls, the assistant director on the Rust production, and the man who has admitted to announcing "cold gun" before he handed the pistol to Alec Baldwin. Cold gun is meant to indicate that the weapon didn't contain live rounds. People like Rust production armorer Hannah Gutierrez. She was only 24 years old at the time. She wasn't required to have any special training or licenses, and she was responsible for ensuring the condition of all the weapons on set, as well as verifying there were no live rounds present. Those people do bear culpability in the tragedy, to be sure, but their responsibility does not supersede Baldwin's. For years, Alec Baldwin has viciously attacked the National Rifle Association. He's attacked politicians who support gun rights. He's attacked firearms manufacturers. And he's even attacked regular people who just happen to believe in the Second Amendment.
Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony.
Ironically, one NRA safety course would have taught him the rules of gun safety. Like always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction. Treat every gun as if it's loaded. Keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. And know how to properly operate your firearm. Had Baldwin taken an NRA safety class, and had he followed proper gun safety rules, had he checked the cylinder of the revolver for himself to verify whether it was in fact a cold weapon, the entire tragedy could have been prevented. But Alec Baldwin didn't take that class. He didn't practice basic firearm safety. He didn't check to make sure the gun wasn't loaded. And he did pull the trigger. Karma is finally kicking Alec Baldwin in the head. It's just too bad that it required the death of an innocent woman who, in addition to being an incredibly well-respected cinematographer, was also a wife and a mother. In 2017, Alec Baldwin tweeted, quote, "I wonder how it must feel to wrongfully kill someone." Sadly, now he knows. And hopefully he'll face the consequences of his actions very soon. No matter how this plays out, I'll definitely keep you up to date. That's my take. What's your take? You can let me know your take in the comments below. You can also let me know by joining the cult at Pol Pop Cult on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Rumble, and Truth Social. Thank you for listening.